I forgot to make the YouTube one go live. I'm a little stupid. Okay, but hey, I'm up, I'm awake, I'm rolling. How are y'all doing? It's been a week since I've been able to talk to you. I'm curious how y'all are doing. Oh, my eyeballs. Excuse me. Okay, Oh, also, I know that I tweeted out on Tuesday that I had a little surprise. Right, I broke it. Okay, so this is... As you can hear, I got a new mic. I finally was able to pick myself up a new mic. It's an XLR mic. I tried to do a funny transition where I jumped over and I showed you the old one, but I can do that now. Hold on. I'm gonna just mute the mic I have. And right, this is the Blue Snowball. As you can hear, this is a USB mic. It's a little bit weird on the mixing and stuff. It's a little bit hard to like mix and sound good and proper. Oh shit. No, I'm doing that right. I'm doing that right. And it's not bad for starting out, but I wanted to finally get something good. So I got this one. This is a Shure SM58. It is a dynamic mic, meaning that whereas the old one was a condenser mic. Basically, a condenser picks up a lot more surrounding sound, which can be really good. Oh shit, hey Hollow! And Shogun, how are you doing? Hey guys! YouTube what? Yeah, no, so YouTube... Why is Hollow Sing not showing up? Yeah, no, YouTube, like, exploded for a couple hours. Like, the YouTube website wasn't working. Let me try it now. YouTube.com. Okay, it's back up. Yeah, no, if you went on Twitter and you typed in, like, YouTube or something, it was saying that it was, like, I thought it got hacked or something. Maybe. Honestly, maybe. What was it? It was weird. I still feel like I kind of just want to do art. I was thinking about doing, I recently kidnapped, the game Spider-Man Miles Morales from my buddy. So I have, like, a thumbnail and everything set up for that. I might do that, like, next Tuesday. But right now, I just kind of want to relax and draw. It's been a clusterfuck. But hey, Hollow, it's good to hear from you, broski. Oh. Let's see. Oh. Goodness gravy. Let's see, everything is working okay. Okay. Let's see, I'm actually doing a full scan right now. What does that mean? What's a full scan? Let's see. Oh. Sorry, it's been a heck of a week, and I'm a little tired from it all. And I'm trying to basically, I'm trying to basically, get back to normal, because just a lot of stuff happened. And now it's, my head is, a little screwy, and it might take a couple weeks for it to, reset. Or that could also be the seasonal depression stuff going on. Either way, full scan for the laptop, searching for any sus program. Oh, yeah. I need to do that. I haven't done that on my computer in a while. I need to. Oh. I need to just do a full dig through scan of my computer, see if there's anything evil on there in recent history. Urgh. But yeah, I was just hoping to just take the day to just kind of vibe, relax, hang out. Oh, wait, I might actually need to up the threshold on this microphone. Because basically, it has forgot to do it for like 3 months. Found 50. 50? Damn. Okay, let me try bringing this down to 16 and how that works. Ba, 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 baby bell. I need this thing to be able to move and fluctuate the stuff. Let's do 14. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 baby bell. Yeah, that seems to be working, I think. Ba. Right, I have to, like, talk directly into it. This mic is a little weird. Thankfully, I didn't put any, bank account or card info. Okay, well, that's good. At least. Ugh, I hate having to reset my card with everything. It's so frustrating. Oh, shit, you finally started Silk Song? Hell yeah! How is it so far? From everything I've heard, it's literally, like, everything good with the first game, and it's just, like, better. Why is YouTube not showing up chat-wise? Hold up, let me just spam that real quick, just so that way, that area is there. It's super cool, though. It's, okay, wait, it's super hard, but it's super cool. Okay. Honestly, I do want to check it out at some point. I would love to be able to check out Silk Song. But I want to try to play through some of the games I have right now. The art and mechanics and the environment is insanely cool. Yeah, didn't they, like... Aren't there, like, over 100 enemies or some shit like that? Or, like, 200 or some shit? Like, they just went in. It's like they had all the money from the first one, and then they just took all that time to just make more and more and more stuff. And now, despite all of the more and more and more stuff, they still have more. Like, with the DLCs that are coming out and shit. Which is insane. I'm still on Act 1? Okay. Honestly, mad respect to them for doing all that. And then... Also, the stuff is hilarious where they were just like, oh yeah, we know that this is going to be the biggest game when it drops. People have been begging for it for years, so we'll just do it for 20 bucks. And they made their money back like 1,000-fold. Easily. I'm gonna wait for every fucking DLC. Hell yeah. Oh. That's so kind from them, not gonna lie. Oh, 100%. 1,000%. Definitely. It's just so nuts to think about, you know? That they were just like, yeah, we spent like 7 years making this shit, and we know it's the biggest hyped game ever. $20. Absolute goats. Hand to God. Love them. Ugh. Let's see. TEST. Okay, so it's showing up there, but it's not showing up there. Why is Botrix not connected to the YouTube chat yet? Oh, it did. I didn't get a notification. Okay. Well, at least I know that people's texts are going to show up in there, so that's good. You know exactly what to say, Hollow. Good man. Okay, it does show up. Thank God. Urgh. Oh. Good thing about this one is that oh, all of the because it's like a really good quality microphone, I am able to get like the only issue that I have with it is the fact that because I got a dynamic mic, I have to be like really close to it for it to be good. So I gotta really be in that sweet spot to make sure that it's going to be good. And it's hard for me to like move away from it without having to yell. Plus, it's also got that. Wait, man, Silksong is so hard. I do Pantheon 5 in first try. And still I lost count of how many times I died. Oh, God. That's insane, dude. Ooh. Like, I cannot imagine just from my time playing it. It's like I cannot imagine doing that level of stuff. Ooh. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry about me. I got this. I'm awake. I'm currently functioning. Let's see. What do I need to do? Almost every enemy is double damage. Oh, Jesus. Oh, right. Because they, I forgot because Silksong was initially supposed to be a DLC. So it was supposed to be probably like a harder expansion of the game until it just became its own thing. Ooh. I need to be careful. I think I upped the the mic filters to be able to flush out any like low noises that I make. I might turn them off if I ever just want to like dig into the microphone. But like, ooh. I spent so much time last night just trying to get this microphone sitting pretty and right. And I hope I did well. I hope I did well. I feel like it sounds a lot better in comparison to the Snowball. The Snowball treated me right, but finally moving to a good XLR mic is the ultimate next step, and I'm very happy because now I feel like I can focus on other stuff when it comes to improving. Like maybe trying to get like a proper soundtrack and shit. TBH, the bosses are better than Hollow Knight's, a lot better. Oh, I am happy to hear that. Like the bosses from the bosses from Hollow Knight weren't bad. But I do like that that it's like an improve, because like yeah, that is what I heard, that Silksong is an improvement in like every aspect of Hollow Knight, which is why it's like it's recommended to play Hollow Knight first because the first one is great, the second one is better. Which is nuts. That's part of what actually pushed me through to playing Hollow Knight. That and one of my friends was playing it. Actually, two of my friends were playing it. Silksong dropped, and then two of my friends were playing it. So it just felt like a good time to like to finally start Hollow Knight. You play Silksong first, you'll just despise the art of if you play Silksong first, you'll just despise the art of Hollow Knight. That is something I did notice, is that like the art of that Hollow Knight has a surprisingly like muted color palette, which is interesting, and it's still very pretty. It's just also like kind of like a Souls-like, or like where it's like it just feels like a depressing world, which I understand is like a major aspect of it, but it's like it's interesting to look into that shit and see those different parts. Ow. Oh, this is gonna scar 100%. I got a cut on my hand, and because of how much I wash my hands, so like the skin, or because of my job, my skin like dries weird, and it's like, this is gonna 100% scar. I'm gonna oil up my hands real quick. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah. I do understand that it's a part of the world of it where it's like it's meant to be a very dark and dismal world and things like that. So I am curious if they're going to like do more with like the brighter and prettier colors in Silksong. Ooh, ow. I forgot that I need to oil up my hands just to make sure that they did, man. Oh, hell yeah. I'm happy to hear that, and I'm excited to see the shit they do. Just play the game and you'll watch peak. Maybe later. I've got other stuff I want to play right now, and I've got a fuck ton of games in my backlog I'm still playing through. Well, the next ones I want to start is, like I said, this game, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Partially because my buddy pushed it on me and was like, here you go. Now you own this. Now you have my game. Now you got to give it back to me. But you can't give it back before you play it. You have to play it first before you give it back. Otherwise, that's rude. And I'm like, well, shit. Guess I got to play it. What I might try to borrow from him at some point is he owns a copy of Elden Ring. And I would like to... He apparently hasn't even started it yet, really. So I would like to try it out and see, because I've heard that Elden Ring... Everything I've heard about Elden Ring is that it's awesome. That it's, like, really cool. It's a big-ass open world, all that wild shit. Ooh. Plus, it's like, isn't it a Soulsborne game? I think it is. Remember, when you play the game, your eyes will be blessed. I will probably play Silksong eventually. Just want to play through some other shit first. Partially just for the sake of, you know, saving some cash on that, so that way I can put it towards other shit. Granted, it is 20 bucks, but by saving 20 bucks here and there and just playing what I have, I am able to... I'm not waiting. If you play it now, I'll not be able to watch you. Oh, right, because you're also playing it. Well, I only play it on stream, so it's probably a thing where it's like you'd probably get a lot farther than me. Since I only would probably play it like weekly, because I like to do... You might find secrets that I don't find. Touche. That is true. I can't deny that. Honestly, see, it's a good thing that I'm waiting then, so that way you can watch it whenever I play it. See, I'm doing this for your sake, because I appreciate you. Ooh, all right, that's better. Gotta make sure to grease up your cuts and make sure that they're nice and pretty. You know, it's really funny how, like, people try to pose scars as this, like, badass thing. But, like, honestly, most all of my scars are from dumb shit. Just hyping up, so don't worry about playing it now. Appreciate it. Ugh. But no, it's like, it's weird, because, like, what is it? I have a scar on my elbow from singing and dancing while walking down wet stairs, and then I just collapsed down them. I probably have a scar on my foot from running on the beach and just stepping on a rock. I have at least a few that are just from, like, a mosquito bite or something. What are some other ones I could have? One from a surgery, and that like the tiniest little wrist scar from a surgery, and then now I have a new thing that's definitely gonna scar on my knuckle, and it looks like I cut it punching something. Yeah, I punched a door having a panic attack. Over D&D of all things. Dude, scars are so funny. Bros fighting normal life. Like, and yet, like, you always hear this shit about, like, these badass scars that, like, in fantasy and stuff, and it's like, most of my scars are from boring stuff, man. I just don't know how to leave a cut alone. I like picking scabs. Ugh. It's just really funny to think about. Do I have any more that I can think of? I think that's it. I don't have any cool scars. Yeah, because anything else didn't scar. Like, I technically impaled myself. But that didn't leave anything. What else have I done? TBH? Yeah, I don't even think that foot gash is still there. That thing was like 6 inches across, and it's still nothing. Yeah, don't look it. Scars are weird, man. But the thing is, I will admit, all of the ones that I have are from pretty minimal stuff. If I had any badass stories when it came to scars, those things would probably hurt way worse. Can we be real for a second? I'm gonna go back to Silk Song to make some progress. You have fun, Shogun. I appreciate you coming and hanging out. Ooh. Let's see. Good luck with the stream, bro. Oh, I appreciate it, man. Let's see. Urgh. See ya later, Shogun. Have fun. I wonder if my cat thinks I'm talking about them. I don't even know that my cat Shogun knows his name. I doubt it, honestly. I try to call him it. I try to make sure he knows his name well and that he knows it, but I honestly don't know. He could just hear me babbling and just run with it for all I fucking know. It's a miracle he's even here. Okay. This is very fun, getting up and close with the microphone. Ooh. The funny thing is, one thing, okay, I know I keep going back to it. It's just, this is my new shiny thing right now, so I really like digging into it. The funny thing about setting up a microphone is that all it is me. I know that I can get fucking loud. So, one of the first things what I need to do when it comes to my microphone is I need to just sit here and just scream. Just constantly. Just sitting here blasting my voice just to see if I'm peaking or breaking it or anything. The funny thing is, one thing I found that really led me to getting this microphone specifically is that it is an industry standard for metal music. And since it's an industry standard, once again, for metal music, I was like, okay, this is going to be able to handle my screaming just fine, and it's going to be great. Let's see. I will admit, I don't know if it's quiet because I feel like it's quieter than my other one, and that's with me giving it like 15 or like 18 decibels of gain, which is just basically blasting up and punching up the microphone. That's partially because it is a dynamic mic. Okay, I know I've said this word multiple times, so I'm just going to explain it. So, there's two kinds of mics commonly. There is a dynamic mic, and then there is a condenser mic. A dynamic mic is what I'm using right now. It is very direct audio, very directly in front of me, and if I get a little bit off, it's going to sound atrocious, honestly, because it needs you to really be like up close and personal in it. Often it takes stuff a lot quieter in its bass because it's trying to focus on the direct audio in front of it. It's not meant for the highest quality, but it's meant for like a lot of noise reduction. And like if you watch a news anchor, they're using a dynamic mic because they're in an area with a lot of different noise in the background, and the mic will just pick up the news anchor's voice. Now, then there is a condenser mic. That is the kind of mic that my old one was, this blue Snowball Ice. Now, that's not to say that that's what the quality difference is from. Basically, a condenser mic collects all sound. Like all sound within the surrounding area. And that's because it is meant for usually higher quality audio, which is why voice actors use a condenser mic. But voice actors are also in a treated room that is probably like a 5x5 with soundproofing on every wall and foam surrounding anything that isn't soundproofed. Enough. So it's basically all of that is to prevent any of that extra noise. However, I don't have any soundproofing. I'm in a big ass room, and the version of Snowball the version of condenser mic I have is also a USB, which isn't bad for starting out, but for getting serious, it can be a little rough. But I'm very happy now that I have an XLR mic, and I'm very excited with how good the quality is. I might actually like talk to my boys about like hopping into call later and just like splitting between them to ask about the difference. But it's like I love the quality that this one puts out in comparison. Because I was actually worried listening back to it trying to set it up yesterday. So I literally just plugged in my other mic, my Snowball, and just had them next to each other and kept flipping back and forth. And it made me realize that, yeah, no, even with this one being a little bit quieter, the quality is so much better. Even with me blasting the hell out of the gain, it still is just a much higher quality mic. And I love it. Should I have gotten a condenser mic? Maybe. I can't say for certain. Possibly. But, once again, my room is not pressure treated. Or my room is not sound treated or anything. So, I would need to do a lot more if I was to get it. Like, oh, what did I do? Like, what was I doing? I was talking with people. I was talking with, like, any of my friends and just be like, hey, does anyone have, like, PVC pipe that they just don't give a shit about lying around? And I was just looking for materials to just see if I could build, like, soundproofing. But I was also realizing that I would probably be quite depressed if my little if I had to go inside of a giant, like, 10 by 10 square cubby hole to stream and stuff. But now I finally have the mic. I finally was able to get myself up and rolling enough to get the mic. So now I can figure out what to focus on next. I kind of want to see about focusing on improving the music. Like, I want to see about picking up some, like, royalty-free music or, like, video game music where the game company is known for being super chill. And just basically setting up a little collection of music that I can use instead of just the Lies of P soundtrack every single time. Don't get me wrong, I like the soundtrack, but also I still need to buy the soundtrack. This is just off of YouTube. I really enjoy Lies of P, but I can't just sit here and just play the same shit over and over and over again. I want to do more. But I gotta figure out what I would do. If I was to do it, I would probably try to pull some, like, I don't know about dubstep. Definitely maybe a bit of rock. I'm gonna have to look up to see if there's any... There's a few things I want to look up. I want to look up royalty-free music that I can run with. Because the issue is, I have to play music that can play on every platform from one stream without having to change it up in between them. Because the way that I do multi-streaming only... excuse me. The way that I do multi-streaming basically means that I have one track that I push out to all platforms. Because the other way to do it would need multiple different streams going on, and this one just needs one. All of this is just one stream pushed to multiple platforms. So I need to pick something that is, like, safe from copyright type stuff. Because it is going on YouTube. And if it goes on YouTube, I don't want to have to worry about, like, a fuck ton of copyright strikes just breaking and ruining audios and stuff, you know? That would just be annoying, and it's like, I don't want that. Ow. Either way, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I feel it in me bones. Ugh. Okay. Let's say we start looking into some art stuff. Let's see. Let me open up Krita. What would we want to do? Honestly, yeah. Yeah. Let's work on this. Okay. Okay, this might sound a little stupid, but I need y'all to roll with me for a second. Ugh. Steam capture. Capture specific window. HK disk dock. Ugh. Okay. Now, this might sound stupid, but this is what I have. This is a project that I have been working on recently for my... Oh, God, that's loud. Okay. First things first. Let's do this, and then let's look up that royalty-free Star Wars music playlist. Where's like an hour long I'm not seeing royalty free in that. Right, I should probably look on YouTube since it's back up and running. Okay. Star Wars royalty free music. No, not just gaming music. I need... Okay, that does look good. Music composed by Closed on Sunday. Hold up. Let me... Is there an about the artist? Okay. Where the hell am I looking? Okay, first things first, let's drag this over here so that way we can focus on this for a second. Let's see. Wait. Okay, they have a proper setting for all their stuff, so it actually looks like it makes sense. Sorry, I'm just trying to avoid, like, AI music if possible. Let's see. Come on. Give it to me. Okay. Closed on... Closed on Sunday. Ba 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 ba. I think we're good. Okay. The artist's name is Closed on Sunday. For all of their music and stuff. Fuck it, let's listen to it. Okay. I like this. This is a vibe. I like this, man. This is fun, dude. Okay. Okay. Oh, that kind of hits. Okay, these songs might be a little quick, honestly. Because there's only like 20 songs in there, so we might tear through them quickly. Okay. What the fuck is my... Why am I using an eraser right now? What? Okay, let's move back to the manga pen, just because it's a lot of fun. There we go. That makes way more sense. Okay. All right, so basically, I'm going to show y'all what I've been working on right now. So in the game, one of my characters, not my character, but one of my buddy's characters is a robot. And basically, this robot is named E10. He has a device, or in the nape of his neck, about, let's say here. Don't mind how curvaceous that is. There is a slot for a disc. A disc about yay shaped. And, ooh. Okay. Oh, this is kind of nice. Kind of spooky, actually. Ooh. Oh, I like that. Okay. So basically, in the nape of the neck, there is a little slot. And that slot is what holds these discs. These discs basically allow for different things to be unlocked with his system. So what I am trying to set up and what he has set up with the DM is a way to quick switch between a few discs. So that way he can, like, have some different abilities. It still is going to take time, but it's a way for him to, like, quick switch during something like combat or a more stressful situation without someone else's help. So it is to help him with that. I've been working on a few things with it just because I enjoy doing this. It's a lot of fun. Where basically, I like to figure out how to put these pieces together since I'm kind of like the craftsman sort of for the group. And that includes stuff like, I like being able to look at the different concepts for mechanisms. Like, I figured the way to put it in. Is that E10? Yeah. I just took your, I basically nabbed your Hero Forge model. I turned the gun off on it, and then I just took some shots so that way I had something to work with and grab onto for concept. But yeah, I was looking at, like, different, scissor extension mechanisms. And I came across this one initially, and it's pretty good, honestly, where it's like this section slides this way, and when it does, it will allow it to be able to have a good amount of structure on this side while also pushing this disc upwards. However, then I discovered this design.
You could be vaping formaldehyde, which is used in taxidermy.
Oh, dear.
What?
Really? There's ads in it. Okay. Okay, we might have to swap over to a different one just to avoid, like, a fuck ton of ads. Urgh. But yeah, okay. With this one, it allows for probably a better structure, because basically what you do is it'll all fold down. When it does, it'll just kind of all look almost like this, without having a lot of, like, extra extension points that kind of, like, block the way. So, this might allow for better folding down. And basically, we could just put an extension point from this point that just pushes up, causing the entire thing to extend with how it's built. Because instead of, what is it, technically, it's the same amount of mechanism. It's just broken in half. Because as you can see, it's like, in this one, there's 2 X's, obviously. But in this one, the X's are broken apart. This one and this one are separated, meaning that it allows for a lot more stability with the extension forward. Plus, it's going to be sliding in and out of a slot, so it's like, it does have a bit of extra structure there, where it'll have, like, the little bit of, you know, that kind of thing for it to be able to slide into. Oh, this kind of fucks. What's the name of this artist again? Hold up, I need it. Closed on Sunday, dude. Closed on Sunday with 2 Ys. Oh, wait, that's just the SoundCloud. Whoop. Let's see. Yeah, no, Hollow, I was using these as, like, reference points, so that way I could kind of figure out what to do with installing it. I'm trying to decide, okay. I'm trying to decide on the mechanism, because basically the next thing that I need to figure out is a way for this thing to move up and down. I need a way for it to be able to move back and forth, so that way it can slide in between the different drivers. The issue is, let's see. There's a couple different ways that I found to do it. Like, I was taking a look at, like, 3D printer and, like, automatic sliding door mechanisms. But how those work and how we might need to run it is basically, what is it? Some sort of belt, if I had to guess, where basically what I did was I looked at 3D printers. Hold on, let me look at 3D printer mechanisms. 3D printer mechanism. All right, how do they do it? Right, there's a motor at the side. Basically, what I've been doing for these is I just look up videos on how a 3D printer works. Move. The anatomy of a 3D printer. All right, this is what I need. Let's see. Right, it's a form of belt. Okay, so if I had to guess, it's basically a thing where the structure is locked onto a specific part of a belt, and that belt is moved with a motor. So, if I was to build it, what would I do? Okay, first things first, the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have to build it to where it connects probably into the head from the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to build it with a lot of the structure a bit closer to the top. So let's see. Let's grab a... So, if I was to build it, how would I do it? I'm going to crack my back. So, let's see. Would I do a regular circle? Or would I do a toothy one? No, it wouldn't be that kind of toothy. It would be like... even more so. It would be like... Oh, this is hard. Okay. So, basically, what I'm thinking is we're going to have belts that lead from a motor. And basically, okay, how would we do this? If I had to guess, I would say that, all right, so, you know what, let's stay zoomed in, just for the safety of it all. Let's say, oh, wait, I'm missing, I need to do two things. One, update all, category, art. And two, I need my drawing glove. I was like, damn, I was just doodling and I was like, damn, my hand's really sticking to the table. And obviously it is. I forgot my drawing glove. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the coolest aspects of this drawing tablet thing, is actually just getting one of these drawing gloves. They make you feel so official. Like, can I be real? They just make it feel official for some reason. It's a lot of fun. Like, also, they work amazingly. I mean, obviously, there's a reason that they give you one with the tablet, but... It's just really funny that, like, I've seen these, like, drawing tablet gloves forever on, like, different artists, and then suddenly you get your own drawing tablet, and you're like, oh, I feel so official. Okay. So, if I had to guess, I would probably say that the belt is probably, like, just for the sake of getting it out there, we're gonna make it like, we're just doing this kind of quick and dirty just to make sure that we can actually get it running. So, how did I do it? I did it from the top. Oh, God! Oh, I broke it. Hold up. All right, we're good. Basically, what I'm thinking is that this is going to be on a sliding track. And this sliding track, the reason it has to be on the sides is to make sure that there is enough space in the middle for the CPUs. There we are. So these CPUs are going to be here. The reason why there's this section that's open is basically you need a little section to be able to put in the... You need a little small amount of space to put in the section for what extends, like what would either pull this or push this to get it up. And basically what I'm thinking is that these belts are going to be toothed on the inside. And that toothing is going to connect in with a couple of motorized gears. The reason why there's two is because for the sake of stability and making sure that it slides well, you need one on both sides to make sure that it's going to do good. Now, the thing that we're going to do to try to make this slide well is we are going to... Let's see. Hi, Roxanne. What? Pango, react to the last Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 trailer. The search on YouTube still works? Dog, I haven't even seen the other 4 Poppy Playtimes. I know that there was a mother or something, and I know that the internet went feral for her. But that's... And I know that Poppy's scary. I don't know nothing about the final trailer. Wait, is Chapter 5 like the final chapter for Poppy? Urgh. Chapter 5 releases tomorrow? I mean, it's good to hear. It's just... Where the hell have you been? I don't keep up with Poppy's playtime, dog. Like, I check out other stuff. I've been checking out other games. React to the trailer before he tells Spider-Man you didn't eat your broccoli. Dog, I'm sorry. I got no drive for the trailer to Poppy's playtime. Like, I don't have any motivation to play Poppy's Playtime out of anything. Maybe if I decide to finally get into horror games, I might dig into it. But just, it's like, it just, like, I could grab my iPhone 6 and tell, you can go for it, bro. Why you have an iPhone 6 still? Better question, how do you have an iPhone 6 still? I feel like they'd stop supporting that. Gonna tell the goth girls at Hooters? I wasn't gonna be able to pull them anyways. Can we be real? I'm a dude playing a fucking scientist on the internet who's currently drawing technology for a Dungeons and Dragons game. The goth girls ain't gonna be frothing at the mouth for me. Can we be free? Can we be for real? Let's see. Okay. I got it. Okay. So, will all the monsters be caked up at least? I mean, that's a question for the DM, but I know I'm caked. I'm currently playing like an 8 or 9 foot tall man spider creature called a Harch for it because it's a Star Wars campaign. And I'd say I'm caked. Let's see. What I need right now is, okay, so it's all toothed. It's a toothed belt. So that way it has something to log into for that. Last D&D character was a centaur decades ago. I mean, this is partially just because it's Star Wars. So it's like, there's a lot more species that you can do. And I am so happy to like check out like a space agey world and stuff and some like dystopian type shit instead. Like fantasy's fun, but it's so nice to be able to try like a new genre in a sense. Better be a B1 battle droid with a huge rack. Actually, this is based on 4,000 years prior to the Clone Wars, so there's no B1 battle droids. Since it's based on the time of like Knights of the Old Republic and stuff. Which, by the way, no spoilers for Knights of the Old Republic. Just because I'm literally like playing a campaign based off of it. Why does everyone hate the clone era? I don't think it's a hate of the clone era. I think it's just a thing where basically he took Knights of the Old Republic, which was a Star Wars video game built around the structure of Dungeons and Dragons, and then rebuilt it into an RPG. There's Knights and there's the Old Republic. I mean, that's all I know. Fucking, what was it? No, but yeah, so it's like, it's literally taking a pre-built D&D-esque Star Wars story and turning it into a module, so that way you can still, like, run with it and stuff. Okay. So let's see. There is, what we can probably do is we can put a little bit that basically, okay, what I'm thinking is Old Republic Trooper. I think I've seen the armor. Is it the, are you talking about the Sith armor one? I'm not gonna lie, I have to be a little bit careful with what I look up in there because I don't want to spoil anything. It's a Sith trooper from the new trilogy. Okay. So, let's see. Basically, what I'm thinking is that we have a clamp that would basically, you can just like tighten it down from the back with a screw. So let's do this. Okay. Old Republic troopers fought in the Knights of the Old Republic and fought in wars. Well, I mean, hey, don't tell me too much. Like I said, don't spoil. Be careful not to spoil anything, because this is my first time running through Knights of the Old Republic. Like, is through this D&D. So it's like I have been trying to like avoid stuff whenever possible. Okay, you know what? Let's up it a little bit. Sith troopers, the red armor from the last 3 movies. I remember those guys, where they have like the light pikes or whatever. Okay. You gotta make the belt thicker. And then basically what I'm thinking is that on the back end, this part that gets tightened down, I know the Acolyte, that show is based around the era of KOTOR. We said 100 years before episode 1? Yeah, KOTOR is like 4,000. Which does mean that there's like, what is it? Because there is KOTOR 2, which is based a few hundred years after KOTOR 1 or something. So it's like, I know that KOTOR is... Acolyte is shit. I heard some stuff about it, but it's like, I haven't seen the show. I love Star Wars as a structured world, but I have not seen a lot of the shit. I have seen 1 through 7 of the episodes, and I have seen some of Clone Wars and Rebels. And right now I'm kind of trying to watch through I'm kind of trying to watch through Clone Wars in my off time here and there. You figure out who the hidden Sith is. I didn't even know there was a hidden Sith. Urgh. Like, what is it? The only one that I know I've heard like really good things about and a lot of praise is what's it called? Andor. I've heard that one's good, and it like apparently has like nothing to do with lightsabers at all. It's just focusing on like the general world of Star Wars and people just living in it. Let's see. Let's grab this. Is a hidden evil Sith Lord? Well, what the fuck, man? What if I wanted to watch it? Okay. Whoa. Wait. Zoom in. Let's... make them Kias. Wasn't the story of Anakin that he was like... Wasn't it some shit along the lines of like Palpatine like bent the Force in a way that he like pushed a bunch of midichlorians into like a baby or some shit? I can't remember exactly what it was, but I could have sworn it was a thing that like Palpatine created Anakin. Or forced the Force to create Anakin or something like that. But that could have been pre-Disney, possibly. I don't know. Urgh. Acolyte removes that. Well, then it's just doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, Anakin had, like, an insane amount of midichlorians for the stuff because of, like they said, they believed that he was some kind of chosen one from the Force. But, like, I could have sworn there was a thing where it was, like, they thought he was Jesus when it was actually, like, Palpatine the whole time. But once again, that could have been just, pre-Disney timeline. Let's see. Let's go back to black. Let's go back down to, like, 7. Also, nobody dies from a lightsaber stab wound. Yeah, that is one thing I have heard about, that, like, they've made it a thing now where, like, you don't immediately die from a lightsaber stab wound, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, because if it cauterizes everything it touches, like, now you've just got a hole in everything. How the fuck do you patch that up? Let's see. They don't consider a lightsaber a weapon? That thing is the most weapon-coded thing, though. I understand that it, like, they don't always... Like, it's not always meant to be used, especially if it's being used by a Jedi. Let's see. Nope, fuck that up. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let's focus more on the clones themselves. Yeah, I was thinking about that when watching it. I was like, there is one voice actor that is in every single episode, no matter how much they rotate the other guys. There is no way that whoever they got to voice every single clone did not make bank. And if he didn't, that is a depressing reality of the animation industry. It's focused more on the clone themselves. Yeah, there are a lot of, like, well, it's like, from the episodes I've seen, it's got a lot of focus on, like, trying to teach Ahsoka to be a better person. Or, like, and, like, teach her how to be a better knight and Jedi. Because, like, one of the first episodes where they actually, like, do a full focus on her, she is, like, fully ready and willing to kill. Oh, yeah. Like, Anakin's really good with his clones. Obi-Wan is. I like learning about Plo Koon. He's pretty cool. I mean, hell, I think the first episode that is in the series after the movie is about, like, Yoda, like, just vibing with his clones and being like, you guys are important. You have to remember that. You guys have names. You're proper people. You're not just soldiers. You're not just clones. You're alive. And it's like, hell yeah. It's like Master Chief. He'll do anything he can to save Marines. He'll drop his mission just to go out of his way. Like, it's important to remember that, like, they are people at the end of it all. And it sucks that, like, some people just don't care, apparently. I know about, like, that one. I've seen clips of that one four-armed Jedi with like the two, what is it? Double-sided great sabers or some shit like that. Insanity, by the way. Okay. Let's see.
Hey there. Need a hand?
No.
Instruments, we have a broad portfolio.
Shut up, AI. Okay. So, with that being the case... So the battle droids are funny to listen to. They don't get annoying. Like... It's kind of surprising how dumb they are. Now, granted, they are, like, just fully built to be, like, super, super fast. So they're probably not super, super smart for that reason, is that they're going off of pure numbers. Ugh. But, like, it's still nuts to see. Okay. Would it be better for it to slide, actually? Because if it slides, then it has the issue of it might not be able to... It might need more space than his neck has. It really depends on the size of the CPUs. Maybe I should text my DM about that. Because if that's the case, I might actually have to go with the jukebox design like they were saying. I really preferred the concept of it sliding because it felt more efficient, but the other one might just actually fit better. How wide are the CPUs for Kai, do you think? Because depending on the size of them, I might have to just go with a, I might have to go with a rotating design just to make sure that it's not completely blocking him. Now, thing is that if I'm able to attach them, if the CPU slot's actually like here, then it doesn't matter as much. But from what I remember, they said that it was the nape of the neck, which is actually like here. But with that, I'd also probably have to go with a rotating design. Okay. If I had to guess, I'd probably say that they're like 2.5 to 3 inches across, maybe. Just to give it like proper, like, oh yeah, instead of it just looking like a damn flash drive. Let's see. Excuse me. All right, let me just check that all my stuff is still running. Yeah, it's still all going and flowing pretty well. One of my buddies in the campaign texted like, who the fuck was gonna tell me the Sith guys aren't all evil? I'm murking 9-to-5ers over here. God, it's so funny. It's just like, dear God, I've been killing a dad with the wife and kids over here thinking that he was the true evil. And it's like, welcome to being a Jedi. They're over here taking down Sith bases and stuff. And it's like they didn't choose this life, but they were just there when they shouldn't have been. And now they need to go. All right, let's see. Okay. Let's see. This is interesting. I like doing this. Just because it looks a little better. Let's do that. All right. How small can I build this? Because depending, I will probably just have to go with the rotating design. The rotating design would be maybe better, but it might be bulkier. I think it would be bulkier. Because with the rotating design, instead of having them all in one little square, it would instead be a wheel. Like, let's say they're all like 3 by 3. So for that, you would need... Actually, no. It would have to be a bigger square. Because you have to build it also with mechanisms on the inside to... push the, probably would have to go with this mechanism just for the sake of compactness, to be able to push that to get it to go. Meaning that okay. It's like, I don't want to have to do that if possible, just because it's gonna be bulkier. Unless... Is there a way? Hold up. What if you attach it to the back? Like, okay. All right, so let's see. If you attach it to the neck directly, it's going to take up a bit too much space. But if you attach it to the back area... I mean, he is a robot, so he could probably... What can I do? Okay. Okay, what can I do? What can I do? Let's see. Oh, hi, new person. Yeah. Art. This is basically this is me. I'm basically trying to design machines for my D&D campaign. So I've been running through and just kind of like doodling. And I figured since, like just vibing in stream would just be kind of fun to do it with. Basically, one of my buddy's characters is a robot, and he has a CPU system in the back that is like these little like 2x2 or 3x3 discs. And I'm trying to figure out how to make this system make sense so that way he can quick switch them. But it's, let's see. The one thing I'm struggling with is I don't know how to get this part to work because it's only allowed to hold 3 discs. But those 3 discs can be a little clunky for that area. Because my initial thought was just sliding tracks with a couple things that move in between them. But that might be too much. You could make the track flexible, honestly. That is possible, honestly. Okay, let's just dig out a base design and then let's just figure out from there. So, let's see. So, we might be able to just have a track. I feel like I'm stressing about that aspect of it with the neck a bit too much, maybe? But that's also a question for my DM. It's a lot of, like, just trying to figure out the different aspects that I would need to get this to function. Partially just for the fun of it, you know? Let's see. So the base design is we got this. There we go. Okay, okay. And then, let's see. We've got some tracks that would line up. And then, let's see. From this point, more likely than not, there would be one cable to connect to the computer for that. And then, let's see. What would we need for that? We would need 2 motors up near the top. Let's see. And the thought process with this is that basically with the and then let's see. We would have another one down here that it would connect to. Let's see. And then we would have the... This is way too far apart. Okay, we need to drag this closer. And then let's put an attachment point there. And basically that attachment point is this, where it's basically going to tighten onto the toothed gears or the toothed belt. So that way we can Hmm. I fucked it up. Let's see. Rack and pinion? Hold up. Let me copy and paste that real quick and see if I can find what you're looking, what you're talking about. Rack and pinion. That might actually work better. Hold up. Plus, it's more heat resistant. Honestly, that might work a lot better. Hold up. Wouldn't the cord be a ribbon? It's kind of meant to be just kind of like a, what is it called? Like a silicone belt, similar. I was taking inspiration from a 3D printer, but the rack and pinion might actually work better, because instead of working with the toothed belt, it would be... It would probably be... Is the cord for power or does it carry information? Basically, okay. Basically, the cord is just trying to get a concept for, because I probably also need a cord or a connection between these to the motors as well. But honestly, the motors should probably be their own connection to make sure that there's no issues with this cord, which might be pulling. Ribbon is 24 for more information. Let's see. Okay. And the cord be... Oh, that's what you meant by a by the ribbon. Let's see. Is the cord for power or does it carry information? It's mostly for information. So, honestly, I was thinking about that as well. So, I was thinking that we might need, like, a wider connection. So, like a separate one for the info. Because basically, it's just meant to plug into his head somewhere. And then do that. Oh. Basically, so that way he can control it mid-combat and, like, swap in between the different CPUs and stuff. For if one better suits the situation. But, let's see. Oop. And then... Ribbon on a gyroscope? Hold up. Let me look up what you're meaning. Ribbon on a... Okay, hold up. Ribbon... Cable... Gyroscope. What on earth? Fiber optic gyro. I don't know that I'm looking at the right thing. Ugh. Let's see. Okay. So with that, we might actually be able to, if we should probably put a form of like stopper here. Just in case it pushes a little too far and starts to go into the gear. But we could probably just, if that's the case, this would be a lot less parts. Honestly, this was a good idea, Aquivo. Thank you. Let's see. Still don't know what you mean by a ribbon on a gyroscope. Gyro ribbon cable replacement. Ugh. Oh, is it basically, is it kind of like a special, like, let's see. Is it, well, what's the right word for it? I'm trying to think. I should also mention, this could technically all just be for the fun of, like, trying to design something. Like, because basically a while ago, I talked with my DM about an idea I had, and I was like, I might even be able to build it. And then he was like, tell you what, if you can set up a schematic for me of sorts, I will allow you to build this. And I was like, that's a bet. So I went through and I built like an actual, like, quote unquote schematic similar to the one that we're building here for that. Which I could probably show that real quick, actually. Hold on, let me pull that up real quick. Basically, what I made was a excuse me. For ribbon, look up the connection to an ISD screen. ISD screen connection. Oh, what in the fuck? That is strange and fancy. What in the hell am I looking at? Have you ever taken a computer apart? I've built a computer. Taken apart a phone? Oh, wait. I think I know what you're talking about. Where it's like a really thin connection that's like really flat. So that way they can fit it on like the inside of a phone and stuff. There we go. Okay, now I'm seeing what you're meaning. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Let me find... Okay. Okay. So, here is my fucking quote-unquote schematic for an auto stim kit. Basically, there are, in this Star Wars D&D thing, there are stims that you can just jab in. But for the sake of some crafting stuff, there are also bullets that can work as stims. And I was thinking of it of the case of, oh yeah, I could probably build a simple mechanism that allows me to just quickly use one of the big stims. He was like, no, buddy, if you want this, you got to make it with the little stims so that I can debuff it a little bit. So I started going, so he hands me an entire list with like a cylinder, with like different round slots for it and everything else. And I was like, what in the hell happened? So I did a lot of research. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So, I was like, what are some different aspects that I want out of this? So I started digging into a bunch of different items I owned. Like I own a Nerf revolver. So I looked up and I was like, okay, whenever it shoots, it automatically rotates. How does that work? And that's when I learned about the cam and bar system. Is that a gun? No. Basically, I wanted to build a system that would allow me to it has a heart rate monitor on it, so that way if I get at low health or if my heart rate gets to a certain point, it will inject me with a stim to give me a little bit of extra health. It is also built to have a manual connection that will allow me to it was also built to have a manual connection so that way I could just more quickly inject a stim into myself. For it normally takes like an action, and I brought it down to a bonus action. So basically, what I decided, because this is also using... He said that basically, if I could get it to work, we can Star Warsify the design later. So basically, what I landed on was Nerf revolvers use something called a... Hold up. You know what? Let's do this real quick. Actually, wait. Yeah, let's put you behind a... No. That goes right there. This goes right here. Okay. So, for one thing, let's see. There is, right in the center of the screen, a cam and bar system, which is basically, you know what? Fuck this. Hold up. Open Star Wars Tech. Yeah, we're just opening it as a tab. This is going to be too complicated to try to figure out how to show properly. So, if we come over here, hold up. So, basically, right here in the center is a cam and bar system. This thing is a bar with a little pole sticking out of it. Could you do an IV drip? Let's see. Probably not, for the sake of basically this is a quote-unquote nerfed design to try to get it to work better with like game mechanic stuff. I didn't ask about an IV drip, but it would basically be like that would kind of be like just a slow replenishing health. It might be faster for the sake of it to do the other way. I don't know. Okay, here, let me try to go through it. So, yeah, no, I dug into so many different things. Like, let's see, this is just a few of the parts. I got a cam and bar from a Nerf gun. I got concepts for like a slow release plunger. I was looking at an electric lighter for different, like, pieces on what I would need to get shit to work. And then, like, the simplest concept for the pulse sensor. So, in the base design at this point, it was... Here is the base design. The dart basically sits in this area. And the concept was that there was... For using our real-world tech, there is compressed air right here. Over, it leads into the button, and then the hose comes down to right here. I set it up as a concept similar to a, what's it called? Like a pressure tank. What are those things called? The really loud ones that like just build up pressure so that way you can like fill up your tires at home. I can't remember what they're called. Where basically it has a little button on the inside that you push, and I had this thing that was supposed to push the button and launch out the dart. And basically when that happened, compressor, thank you, appreciate it. Air compressor, right. It was going to basically latch onto this cam and bar system. And how the one for that Nerf gun works, I just basically reversed. Where it will basically slide all the way down to the end, and then it will catch on the lip right here, and then it will slide up the cam and bar until it rotates the cylinder. And then it would rotate it over to the next dart. On top of that, the dart, more likely than not, I kind of based it on the concept that the dart needle, after it's done shooting in everything, would just kind of go back into the needle. I never had that confirmed. But it made sense for the sake of, oh yeah, this is a quick dart that's just supposed to shoot into somebody. So especially with it being a healing dart, it makes sense for it to fall off. And basically, when the needle rotates, it would just kind of fall out the bottom and allow for the next one to be ready to go in. Have I ever donated blood? No. I've done blood tests, but I have not done a, like, specific, what is it called? Like I have had an IV before and stuff like that. Ooh. Oh, I don't like the feeling of that in my head. Let's see. This absolute cacophony was me trying to explain the design. The blood cleaner? What the fuck? Blood cleaner. Machine. Wait, are we talking about like a centrifuge? Oh, what the hell? Oh, shit. Wait, are you talking about like dialysis? Blood filtered and cleaned with a dialyzer. And then it just reinserts the blood. Ooh, that could... Ooh, God. That must be awful. No wonder my grandpa was always exhausted. I didn't even think about that. Jesus. That's rough, buddy. Damn. Okay. All right, all my stuff is working okay. We can close that. There's a tube, and then there's a circle that pushes a dose. Okay. Is it kind of like one of those like hand pump things to like start a hose? Sort of? It pushes liquid? Okay. Interesting. Okay. Honestly, it might be closer to like, from what I understand, from what I understand of like after talking with my DM about it and stuff, and the design for like Star Warsifying it, it might work kind of closer to a post Star Warsification. It might work closer to like, what's it called? You know, like insulin pumps, where it's like it takes the dose and it like punches it in whenever like your blood sugar gets high or whatever the fuck. That might be how that works. I don't know. Show driver panel. Why would I want to show the driver panel? Okay. Now let's go back to HK disk slot. From the lighter, are you talking about the crystal? I don't know what you're talking about. Please elaborate. Are you talking about with like the stim auto injector? Quartz crystal. I'm still lost. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. You said you were looking. Oh, okay. No, basically, there is something, I think it's called a piezoelectric igniter. Basically, think about a barbecue lighter. How you take it and to start it, you push in the button, it will click, and then a arc of electricity will release, and that spark is what lights the gas on fire. Basically, if you look up how a barbecue lighter works, it has a it has a thing, and how does it work again? It's like this. Striking the crystal. Oh, I did not know that there was quartz in there. And it was like... Yeah, and then the ball sits here, and then it gets pushed down. It gets pushed down. And then when it does, once it reaches this point, it will like rocket down and then start a spark. And basically, before I discovered, I think it was before I discovered the Cam bar, and I said fuck it and decided to use pressurized air, I was trying to figure out a way that I could launch the dart with enough pressure to be able to inject into the body. It's also used for timing computers. Aren't quartz crystals, aren't quartz watches also like the most accurate kind? I remember learning about that from like game theory eons ago. That yeah. That like quartz is really good for like holding time and stuff like that. That would kind of explain how this works, because I was trying to figure out how a quick smack like that is able to turn on or like cause a spark. I just figured it was a thing from like quick pressure. Oh, I need water. Hold on. Okay. Come on. There we go. Oh. Let's see. All right, now let's head back to the disc pit. Okay, I do think the rack and pinion is going to be better. Well, let me just write this down. Rack and pinion. Pneumatic system is air? Okay. Okay, then I guess that with the pressure canister, I was just thinking like like a simple like CO2 canister for it, just because we were building it hillbilly as hell, so that way I could get the base concept out, and so that way we can fantasy techno bullshit it once we actually like put it into the campaign. Let's see. Let me write this down so I don't forget it. This is the fun thing about this, is that it's like, I love machines and engineering and stuff. Rack companion gear? Companion gear. Let's see, rack pinion assembly. Oh, there's a worm gear that might look cool. Okay. Worm gear. What is a worm gear? Let's see. Oh, this is a worm gear. And then a rack and pinion is the one with the spinny gear. Oh, it's like opposites. Oh, I see. Okay, so with a rack and pinion, the cylinder is the one. Wait, but this one shows it backwards. What the fuck? Like on a 3D printer. Okay. So wait. All right, so I just saw, if I looked up rack companion worm gear, and the first and the second options counteract each other. Wait a minute. The worm, okay. Worm gear, rack and pinion. Pinion, rack. Okay, okay. Literally, I look up rack companion worm gear. The first option says rack and pinion is this one that, is this one that you showed me. And then it says the worm gear is the other one. But the one I was looking at, literally the second result says the opposite. Why the hell does it say the opposite? That's weird. Let's see. So I think for this, we do actually need the rack and pinion style. I think the worm gear, Kismet? Mechanical. Kismet. Kismet mechanical. What in the hell? What is that? That's like a robot that gotta go have fun. Thank you for hanging out, Aquivo. I appreciate it. I appreciate the ideas to try to, for this fun little exercise I like doing. I hope you have a good day. Let's see. I think the rack and pinion would be better. This is so goofy. You know? This is so silly. Just going through trying to figure out how to get this shit to just work is such a silly form of fun. Your guide to the world of robotics. Okay, so Kismet is like something that's meant to help others with like learning robotics and stuff. This looks like a freaky ass puppet. It's literally an animatronic. Okay. 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 Let's see. From this point, we can put a cover on it. And it would be able to hide the rack and pinion. Thus meaning that we would be able to hide that. We might be able to give it a flexible track. I don't know. Okay. All right. Oh shit, we're starting to run out of room. Yeah, let's just add a whole new paint layer. And let's start working on trying to get this put together. How do we do this? Actually, wait, we don't have to worry about tracks underneath. If we build the points... Okay. So, with that, we could probably just put a cover over it. So, let's see. In this base design... Let's see. Bucket to ba. Oh, okay. Okay. And then let's see. Uh. And then on top of that, we can do a... ribbon cable, like he said. I don't matter much, but I do think it makes sense for what we're doing here. For what Aquivo mentioned. With how tall this is, it's not going to be hard to be able to fit that in. Let's see. Plus, that would basically count as the track for it. Now, this should also... Oop. Probably have a form of connection underneath to make sure that everything stays in a good structure. Let's clean this up a little bit. Okay. Just a bit of structure underneath that we could allow it to slide from. And then on the sides, we can have... Which ones did I want to go with? The simple hinge might actually be better. So... okay. Oop. Further. Up, 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 up. Okay. Connection to neck. Let's see. Rack and pinion for shifting DIS box. connections to head. And basically on the inside of the DIS box, the disk insertion system, is where you're going to have this stuff with this. Basically, it's not super hard with the amount of space I gave in this area to have a little section in the bottom that you can use to either pull this or push this. I'd probably want to go with this for the sake of stability. Let's see. Let's see. Now I just kind of have to talk to my DM about what it would take to build this item-wise. I don't know. Okay, let's export this as a PNG. E10. E10 disk dock. And now we are going to pull up. Come on, load up. Now we're going to pull up Discord and load already. Damn. Excuse me. What am I going to do? We're going to go over here. We're going to go to pictures. Star Wars. Tech. We're going to go throw it back into Star Wars. What? My boy cooking on stream. Let's see. I mean, we do still got we do still got to get it approved. Talk to Janice on. Okay, yeah, true. I don't know if she's gonna have parts because I did talk to. I talked to Cole, and it was a little late at night, and I was like, would I be able to maybe talk to Janice about like seeing if she has any parts or anything? And she was like, nah. For those wondering, it's Janice's droids, basically. She runs a droid shop. This is probably something we're gonna have to find the parts for. Hey, okay, what I was thinking though, Hollow, is basically I would get what is it called? I would try to see about drawing out the design and stuff, and then talk to Cole about what parts it would need for me to get this design set up. And then let you know. So that way you can also like keep an eye out for these parts. Because this is something you really care about. So it makes sense for you to want to be able to hunt down the stuff. Plus, whatever parts we find, instead of having to pay for, is going to make it way cheaper. That's a bet. All right. I'm going to send it to Senior DM. I think I figured out how to make the not dick disc hunt, you say? Hunt in the metaphorical term. Now, however, if any of these parts happen to be in a combat droid, then yes, I could still say hunt. I'm not gonna lie to you, there could be some scrumdiddly parts in a combat droid, so I would love to be able to go up against one of those bad boys. Because with something you wanted, which was a partially because there is something you wanted that is actually connected with the combat droids, which is a socket joint of sorts for making the collapsible rifle. However, it's also a part of Taruth's thing that he was talking about wanting to do a weapon that could switch in between a rifle or a shotgun and his sniper rifle. So hopefully, if we fight against a combat droid, we can get 2 of them bitches, because Lord knows we could use it. Partially because transforming weapons are apparently only... Transforming a weapon is a free action. Now, I have not asked how transforming weapons work if they move from ranged to melee or vice versa, but I don't know that we're allowed to do that. We might not be allowed, which is fine. I do want to ask about that later, but like we're a ways off from that. Let's see. I figured out how to make the disc rotation system for E10. And let's see. How do I write this? He's not opposed to being a vulture, though? Wait, are you talking about E10? Oh, wait, like for scrapping parts and finding shiny shit? I mean, honestly, that's part of why I asked Oasis, like, hey, can you keep an eye out for shinies? And automatically, that shit already benefited us, because that means that we already might have an ability to get some other shiny bits, and I'm excited. I am excited. For E10. If this works for it. Wait, I sent 2 messages? You did? Let me check. Hold on. Holding. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, right. Going back to... If this works for it, would we be able to discuss the parts I need? Shows my phone chat, but not on your YouTube chat. Let me go look at... Yeah, it's just showing, even on my YouTube stream chat, it's just showing 2, or it's just showing the he's not opposed to being a vulture. What was the other part of the message? Go ahead and shoot it to me. Unless maybe it was pulled. Nah, if it was pulled off for being like graphic or something like that. I said E10 wouldn't turn on his brothers. He is, however, not opposed to being a vulture. I see. Okay. Urgh. So you personally would not want to attack a combat droid, but if he's already dead, you know, might as well. Let's see. Where am I going? Not unless provoked? Of course. Of which I'd be willing to bet we might get provoked at some point. Okay. Might as well. Okay, let's see. I think I figured out how to make the disc rotation system for E10. If this works for it, would we be able to discuss the parts necessary to make it? I think that works. Okay. All right, I sent it over. I think we're good now. Hopefully, maybe. It depends. He might come back and be like, this might not work that well based on the size or whatever, or connection with the neck, of which case I do have other design possibilities for it that I can work on. But this could work. Oh. Man's making me blush. Let's see. You said my schematics have improved, of which honestly he's not wrong. Exhibit A. Now, I will say, honestly, he just, no other way to put it. He's just not wrong. Like, it's a lot more clear. It's a lot more clear what I'm trying to do in comparison to the second one, where it's like trying to actually figure out parts and aspect, trying to actually discuss stuff. Whereas this one, I think I think I know what it is. I think it's because I was telling you as I was drawing it, so I didn't feel the need to write shit down. Whereas with this one, I was mostly solo and let's see. Also, hell yeah. Oh, okay. We're clean. Hollow, we're in, baby. We can start discussing parts and stuff. Let's go, dude! Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to be able to figure that shit out so that way we can get you some CPUs and get you some more or whack shit. I was trying to see for how to if that would change the design. Okay. Oh, I'm happy. I am happy with how it's turned out. He's honestly not wrong. I do think it has improved for showing a lot more, because the other one was just quick and dirty. I was showing him as I was talking, where I was literally like, he was in call watching my stream as I was setting up the different pieces and kind of figuring it out as we were going. Whereas with this other one, I was on my own for most of it and trying to kind of talk to myself and figure shit. On top of that, having to send it to someone else instead of talking about it with him meant that I had to make it more clear what was actually going on. Okay. GameCube discs. Holy shit. How fat is your neck, Hollow? Oh my god. Or no. How fat is E10's neck specifically? That is... That's a girthy one. I'm not gonna lie. We're just gonna restart the music. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream, honestly, but I am happy that we were able to get in as much time as we have. It's been a weird couple of weeks, honestly, for streaming. That's why I had to listen, that's why I didn't mean to do that. That's my bad. That's why I had to specify E10, because apparently the discs are the size of like GameCube discs. I was thinking like a micro floppy disk, like 3 inches. Honestly, no matter what, this bitch is supposed to, this is clunky. There's no way to make this where it's not going to be hella clunky. So we're just going to run with it. Call me out, why don't you? I didn't mean to. I forgot to specify first. But, like, it still should work in a sense. That should still work. It'll just be a little clunkier than I thought. Like, this will still work. It's just going to be a little bit bulkier. Which is fine, you know? There's... Like, we've dealt with worse. I am excited to see what we'll need for it, because it's like, I've figured out most all the parts. Kind of, but it also depends on what he says we need after Star Warsification. Let's see. I am super excited. Once we can get that shit, we can see about getting you on that triple disc run and see if we can get some whack shit going with that. I wonder how much time it does. How much time is it a bonus action for you to swap, or is it like in action? I hope it's not in action. In action's a lot. I'm hoping it's a bonus action. Partially so that way you can actually use your combat to do some whack stuff. Let's see. Okay. Okay, with that... My eyes, they're all fuzzy. Okay, we did it. We did... Bellissimo. We did it. Nah. This took a hot minute. Basically, I remember I started off with... We can move over to this real quick. Let's click and drag this. I have the other one open. Otherwise, it... Was that one also meant to have 2 messages or just 1? Otherwise, it could get bonkers, in my opinion. If you're talking about, like... Let's see, the 3-disc? Oh, wait, unless you're talking about the bonus action stuff. Which, it would make sense for it to be, like, in action. Especially since, it has the flavor as well of, like... Of, like, disconnecting from the, Damn, yeah, it missed my message again. I don't know why it does that. It's done that twice now. But, where it's like... There was the flavor thing of, like, whenever you remove a disc and reinsert another one, your body will kind of, like, shudder and shimmy from the thing of, like, literally, like, removing an entire finger just to add a different one. Or, like, a piece of your spine, and it's like, ugh. So it does make sense for it to be a bonus action. Saying I was fine with it being an action? Oh, I see. I mean, true, especially since there's a chance that a lot of them are action or might be bonus action stuff, actually, depending. Could be something crazy, and then we have to, and then it's like an action, but it's not like you can't do stuff on your turn. It'll just be during the bonus action stuff, like you have your flamethrower right now. However, we also have no idea how long it's going to take to get to this. We might have most all the stuff for the auto-injector. Wow, this really is night and day, huh? Really is, damn. Okay, yeah. Like, I think I am almost to getting all the stuff for the auto-injector just for the sake of safety. But honestly, it might be a minute before we get to some of the other big stuff that we need for those items. So at least I have a couple of other people that have it just in case shit hits the fan. Honestly, I would like to... I need to figure out stuff for money. I need to figure out stuff for money and also parts. If I can find a way to get parts, I want to be able to, like, build all this cool stuff for you guys, but it's like, I feel like I've just kind of been focusing so much on story shit, and especially now, it's like, I can't see myself having a solo session right now where, like, I focus on getting shit to build for you guys because of what happened in the last one, where it's like, I am pretty much rearing and ready to go to kick ass and take names, as the story is right now. So it's gonna be whack, and I am ready for it to get there. I am ready to fight. Sam, oh baby. Oh yeah, because I saw that you were doing a little. I figured you were probably doing like a little micro session with, Psych. Oh wait, shit. There we go. Oh. Wonder if we can get Jack in there for maybe a little micro session just so that way he can be ready. Because he's apparently doing like a fetch quest right now. I want to I hope he's able to be there. I'm really crossing my fingers. I want us all to be able to kick ass and take games. Nah, we were just talking rules and shit. Ah, okay. I'm ready for this fight. I'm ready, baby. Oh. Let's see. Let's see. For the jukebox, I want to see about giving him a minute just so that way we can figure this stuff out. But I want to because like he probably needs to figure out what parts we need and shit, which is understandable. Oh wait. But let's see. Oh, all right. I think we're good for the night. I think we did good progress. We were able to finally finish up the quote-unquote schematics for the what's this called? Let's call it a disk rotation system. Let's call it the DRS. Just because of the thing of like it rotates the different discs inside of the head to allow you to change out your different programs and stuff. So let's just go with the DRS for a moment. DRS. We could also go with the DIS, the DIS, but I also kind of just meant that for this basic system. But with that, we can probably close off for the evening. We did a lot of good. We made it to 3 hours, despite the fact that I was late. Don't mind that. I'm thinking if I don't do art again next week, I'm probably going to be playing Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is going to be exciting. Just because it's the next one in the series, and I'm really excited to see how that's going to go. It's going to be great. I don't even know what got changed. All right. Ooh. With that, I am going to talk to you all later. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. It's been a lot of fun. I'm gonna get to discuss with my DM later to figure out the kind of stuff that we need to get this functioning. And whenever I do, I will make sure to relay it to you, Hollow. So that way we can see about getting you this whack shit soon. Or sooner. Need to figure out if there's anything else I need to set up like that. Possibly? I don't know. Everything else is simplistic. It's just like upgrading the power of Jack's stun sticks. And then A-Bolt, I still have to figure out exactly what to do next. All right. But yeah, we'll figure that out later. You have a good night, Hollow. I will see you later. Anyone else who was coming in and vibing or appreciate it, hold up. Aquivo, with your insight on the mechanics and stuff, greatly appreciated. That rack and pinion works way better than the previous design. All right. And I hope y'all have a lovely evening and a good night. All right. Bye, y'all. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Excuse me. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.